Miss Edelen, you say there is no way your deceased son, Quentin, fathered the defendant's daughter. You claim Miss Thomas is a promiscuous hanger-on who slept with many people other than your son, including your own family members. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Thomas, you say that after tragically losing Quentin, the love of your life, Miss Edelen has made your life miserable with her paternity denial. You say her son is undoubtedly Savannah's biological father, and you intend to prove that today. Miss Edelen, why are you so sure your son did not father Miss Thomas's child?
I strongly believe that because Quentin had confided in me more than once and twice about people she slept with.
So your son actually said this?
Yes.
Miss Thomas?
Yes, Your Honor.
You said Quentin was the love of your life.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you cheating on him during the relationship?
Actually, what actually happened was we had split up for a little minute, and it was a possibility, and I brought it to his attention around the time I had conceived with his child, that it could have been a possibility that like she was somebody else's child.
So you did tell him that?
Yes, I did.
So your testimony is that you were honest?
Yes, I was 100 from the jump.
And you said to him, this may be your child,
This may not be your child.
but it may not be.
So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying, Your Honor, is that Quentin, out of my 3 children, Quentin and I were the closest. We talked about any and everything and all types of things. And he confided in me. It was almost like he knew he was about to die because he told me things 3 months before he passed away.
What did he say?
This one time, he said he was getting off of work from working one of his 2 jobs. And he goes by his best friend's house and he sees his white Cadillac parked in his best friend's driveway, which is the car that he would let Alexis drive while he was at work. So Quentin tells me he had to knock on the door to get his best friend to tell him where Alexis. He said, why is my car over your house? Where's Alexis? And he and he said that Alexis let him use the car.
Oh, the friend said, Alexis, let me use the car.
And he said, man, why would Alexis let you use my car? He said, man, where is Alexis? He said, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Alexis hiding in the closet in the house.
Really?
Why would I be hiding in the closet? And
why would
actually,
you
I was
be
at
over
school.
his best
I was
friend's
at
house?
school, and we were supposed to go fix the car.
And why had you taken the car to that house?
Because he told me to meet him there because the tags was bad.
So why would you even move the car? Now, I'm not gonna lie on my dear child. I love him. His ashes is with me on this pendant right now.
You lie any other time.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well,
You've been lying on me my whole life. You've been
I
lying on
already
me
know
my
you
whole
since
time I've been with your son. I've been with your son 5 years. Why you lie on me? You never liked me from the beginning at all. You never liked me from the beginning.
That's right, because you always want to be in some man's face, want to see.
I never been in no man's face. I've been faithful with him.
Okay, let's get
your whole married to your
a beautiful
son.
young woman.
Let's get some order. Let's get some order. Let's get some order. I want to understand this. What your conclusion was, Ms. Edelen, is your son was trying to say that he believed Miss Thomas was in the house cheating with somebody else.
Correct.
Let's understand the nature of this relationship. Ms. Thomas, can you tell the court about you and Quentin's relationship?
We met like October of 2014. I met when I was going to school, and he basically was there for me. Like, he motivated me, he pushed me to finish school. And basically, he was there when I needed him the most. And he really cared about me.
My son was an upstanding young man. He wasn't no drug dealer, no thug. He was a good man.
Okay. Finish telling us about your relationship, Ms. Thomas.
He made me very happy. And to the point where we got engaged, and we was gonna follow through with the whole getting married process after the whole situation with me and the baby.
And that's what he told me as well. He wanted to marry her because he was the best thing in her life. They wanted to make me a family.
He was there. He was there for me when nobody else was. When I don't have family, so he was basically my family. And then we also had intentions on getting the DNA done. We just didn't get a chance to get to it.
Because that's consistent with your testimony that you were honest with him, and you were honest with him because you truly loved him. I can see in your eyes you are very passionate when you speak about him. So this was someone you love very much.
Yes.
So what happened that you told him that You said you were 100. You told him the truth. What happened that you ended up feeling like you needed a DNA test?
It was a time where I had like messed around with somebody. I was drunk, and it was just a drunk night. And I flat out just told him, like, this is what happened, and this could have been a possibility. I just brought it out there because I didn't, I was just trying to be honest.
And that's why, Your Honor, I'm standing here today, because my son told me that story as well. He confided in me in many things that his friends had told him about, what she had done, what she could have done when they weren't together. So she's telling you herself that she wasn't faithful.
Basically, you're both testifying that there truly is a doubt. There is a reason to question. And
yes.
even though, Ms. Thomas, you believe he is your child's biological father, the truth is you don't know for sure.
Correct.
Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. Let's talk about the pregnancy. When Savannah was born, was Quentin there for you? Did he go to appointments with you? Was he there at the hospital with you?
Yes, he was there every step of the way.
He even signed the birth certificate.
He even signed the birth certificate,
with that
which I have a copy
lingering
of.
in his mind.
I'd like to see that. Jerome, will you please hand me that evidence? So this is the birth certificate?
Yes.
For Savannah Marie Thomas Edelen. Father's name, Quentin Philip Edelen.
Yes.
Signed the birth certificate, gave her his name.
Yes.
Even though he had paternity doubts, because you were honest with him and told him that you had slept with someone else on a drunk night.
Yes.
Did he tell you he signed the birth certificate?
Yes, he did, and I said that was a stupid move on your part. Because if you had that doubt, Quentin, you shouldn't have signed that birth certificate. I said you should have waited. You should have left that blank. Because we already know there's a question if this is your child. But he's a good man. He's a responsible young man. He's a loving man. He loves her. He loved that baby. He said, Mama, I just don't feel that she's mine. I want to know, because if Savannah is his, I want her in my life. If not, they can move on. And to point out another thing about her promiscuity, her sexual activities with other people, it just hurts my soul to even bring this up. She slept with my oldest son.
Years.
But
she slept with your other son as well?
Years.
Yes.
Way years before.
But still, that's bringing up the type of character that she has. It's a pattern, you see.
Had.
A pattern. Yeah, people can change. We all can change. But we're trying to build up why there's a doubt that Savannah is his.
This was 2 years way before my daughter happened. This is when we first got together. That happened. In 2014, that's when that happened.
So you are admitting you did sleep with Miss Edelen's older son?
Yes, I did do it. And I'm
that
not gonna
son,
lie.
all right, that son is here?
Yes, he is.
And I'd like to speak to him directly. Jerome, will you please escort him into the courtroom?
How's it going? Go up and stand next to your mom.
Mr. Edelen, thank you for joining us. We're here today having a hearing concerning the paternity of baby Savannah. One of the issues that we've been discussing is, unfortunately, your mother believed that your younger brother, Quentin, your late brother, believed that Miss Thomas had been having relationships with other men, but your mom also testified that you had had a sexual relationship with Miss Thomas in the past as well. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor. But I just want to say for the record, she came on to me. Like, I was just chilling, you know. I mean, like, that's just what I wanted to add. Like, you know, I was wrong for it, but.
My daughter had told Alexis, stay out of Edward's face. You go with my other brother. You need to go and leave Edward alone.
Oh, so this was during the period of the four years or so that she was with Quentin. This wasn't before she ever started to date Quentin. This is while she was dating
Yes,
Quentin.
ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Thomas, how did you end up sleeping with two brothers at the same time? Do you know why?
No.
Was it another drunken night?
And well, listen, before you are too condescending to her,
just
it
get
takes
the
two,
results?
Miss
That-
Edelen.
I
And so
understand that.
I have to ask you as well, Mr. Edelen, why would you sleep with your brother's girlfriend?
I didn't understand that either.
I was just going through a rough time, and I was wrong, but also don't nobody know what I was going through at that time, and nobody can really judge me but God. So y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about that.
What are you feeling, Miss Thomas? Why are you so upset?
Can we just get this over with?
I'm concerned about you right now. I want you to know.
Ever since, I just don't feel comfortable being around her. Let's put it like that. Ever since she put my daughter out, me and my daughter out, I just ain't really spoken to her. And it's been 6 months since he been gone. And I really ain't had time to really be by myself and grieve. I've been out here trying to make sure my daughter is straight. I've been working and going to school, trying to go hard for her. She everything I got right now. And don't nobody understand it. Just going through all this is just making me like, look at it like, dang, you looked at me like this for what? We couldn't sit down like grown people and discuss
We tried
this.
to do that. I'm an adult and she's an adult, and we tried to talk about this. We wanted to get the DNA before this happened. We even talked about just go right in and go get a DNA test from there and go from there. But no, we decided to come here.
I'm glad you did, because Savannah needs answers, and you do too.
Yes, ma'am.
You both are grieving, and I know losing a son, a child, Miss Edelen, I know there is no greater pain.
None.
And I feel for you, I truly do.
Yes.
And you're grieving as well, Miss Thomas. Right, wrong, or indifferent, you have expressed that this was your truest love.
the
You're a
best
young
thing
girl.
that happened to her in her life.
And she has admitted how much he did for her.
Yes.
Inspired her, motivated her. Do you feel after this testimony, after listening to how beautifully she spoke about your son, their relationship, do you feel any differently about Savannah? Do you believe that she is your son's daughter?
I'm gonna express this, Your Honor. He signed that birth certificate with that doubt. He helped raise that baby, still with that doubt. He said, Mama, if she ain't mine, I'm still raising like she mine. That's how open and loving he is, because that's how much he loved her. And the time when they lived with me, and Savannah and them lived with me, she know I showed her love, her child as much love and affection as I showed my other grandson. Did I not?
Yes, you did.
I have love for her, even if she's
She
not.
like a mama that I never had. And I do somewhat care about her.
And
it breaks my heart
Yes.
for her to feel that way about me and look at me like that. And I changed my life ever since I've known that she ain't like me. I tried my hardest to prove her wrong. And I want her to be in Savannah's life, but if she not hers, then I'm just gonna exit. But I know for a fact that's his baby.
And let me finish what I was saying. As much as Quentin had a doubt in his mind that that baby may not be his, he was still willing to be with you and that baby. And he asked me to do the same. Mm-hmm. That you need help, you need somebody that's firm, strong, and can help you as well. I helped you get jobs when y'all was in Lansing, didn't I?
Yes.
If I can't do one thing, I help somebody get a job, get on their feet, and get up out my house.
Yes, Mom, yes. So I have these results in my hand, Miss Edelen,
Yes.
and I have to ask you, before I open them, given the attachment your son had to Miss Thomas, the way in which he embraced this baby, regardless of his paternity doubts, and ask you to do the same, do you truly want me to read these results?
I want awareness. And awareness will bring me great more awareness of the situation we're in. And yes, I still would like to know.
And so you are prepared
Yes.
either way. All right. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Edelen versus Thomas, when it comes to 16-month-old Savannah Thomas Edelen, it has been determined by this court the percentage of relatedness between Ms. Lucille Edelen and Savannah Thomas Edelen is 99.98%. You are related.
Come here. I'm sorry. Come here. Oh, Lexi.
I'm sorry.
People make mistakes. I'm not walking on water yet, but people change. She know I love her. I loved you through my son. But now we know.
I wasn't lying. I told you from the jump.
I had to know. It looked like you had Alexis. You had Savannah yourself. She never darkened up. You see me and my son.
I'm happy
I
for you
am
all. I really am. I know this has been such a journey, and it feels so good after all you've been through, the tragedy, the loss, the hurt, the pain, to be able to bless you with this truth that I know you both wanted.
Yes.
There is a piece of your son still in this world.
Yes.
And what's beautiful about getting this truth is, because we have no more doubts, Miss Edelen will be there to support you and cheer you on, because that good nature we see from Quentin, he got that from her, from his family.
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll be able to have them to support.
Today, two people with two different mothers are here claiming the same defendant could possibly be their biological father. Mr. Moore, you claim you've known Mr. Taylor for most of your life,
Yes, Your Honor.
but he has never acknowledged you as a son.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he even left you in foster care.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Everett, you say you weren't even introduced to Mr. Taylor until you were 5 years old. Then you claim you didn't see him again until you were sent to live with him as a teenager.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you say it went so badly, you actually ended up putting yourself in foster care.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Taylor, you say you deny paternity of both plaintiffs, and you have good reason with each.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Now, I'm going to hear the cases separately, starting with Mr. Moore. Mr. Moore, your aunt is here, and she says her testimony will change everything in this case. But first, how did you end up in foster care?
I ended up in foster care because he let me rot in foster care. He didn't care about nothing about me.
That is a strong, strong accusation. Please describe your childhood. How did this happen?
I went to juvenile hall because my mom was addicted to drugs. So when I was in juvenile hall at the age 14, my mom came in there to tell me that Mr. Teller was my dad. And so I walked out on her because I was upset, because why are you telling me this now? Like, and he wasn't never there for me. And now you're telling me that this is my dad. So then I get sent to foster care, and he never came and got me. I think that if he was there for me, I would be a better person than what I am now. I can't even read or write or anything. And if he was there for me to help me out, he would do it.
You said you can't read or write? Is that
No,
because
I can't read or write or nothing. Because I didn't
you
have a
drop
father.
out of school?
No, because I didn't have a father or a mother in my life. I didn't have neither one. I had to take care of my little brother and my older brother.
That's just so very sad. Mr. Taylor, do you hear what Mr. Moore is saying?
I do, Your Honor.
And what is your response?
I wasn't sure ever that this was my son.
You still can find out,
I honestly didn't know. And then all of a sudden, he's your son, he's your son, he's your son. No, Your Honor, I didn't know. So I went and I did a little investigating, and I do have right here a birth certificate that my name's not even on it. You
Jerome,
know?
let me
His
see
name's
that
not
evidence,
on it
please.
because I had another dad. Because my brother and them's dad was the dad that I was raised up with.
Mr. Taylor, I have to say though, if you knew there was a possibility that he was your son, why wouldn't you go get him out of foster care, or at least start some type of proceeding to be able to determine?
Excuse me, I never went to court for no child support. I was always in doubt. His mother, God rest her soul, very promiscuous. It was really confusing.
And so
That's
this
why
evidence that you presented, you say further validates.
convinced me.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I got evidence too that me and this man look exactly alike.
I'd like to see your evidence,
We've been looking
sir.
exactly alike since we was babies.
Did you bring that evidence,
Yes,
sir?
Your Honor. Can I present this to you? We got the same chin, same nose, same mouth, same eyes, same head structure, all that.
On the left, of course, is a picture of you, and on the right, a picture of Mr. Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
And you see a striking resemblance.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Taylor, do you see the resemblance?
I see a resemblance as far as us being the same complexion.
Mr. Taylor, what did his mother say to you? What did she tell you?
His mother said to me, now this is years later. This isn't when the child was born. This is that might be your son.
Were you ever told she was even pregnant?
She came and told me she was living with me. She left and she went back to her man or whoever the relationship she had. About a month later, she says, you know I'm pregnant. Yeah, and? You know what I mean? You done went back with the guy that you left to be with me. Now you're back with him. Now you're coming back and you're telling me that you're pregnant?
If he knew that I wasn't a biological child, my mom told him, because my mom would not lie to me and tell me in jail. She told me in jail that he was my dad. And then I get locked up and my mom comes to me and tells me, oh, Gregory Teller is your dad.
But at
in
the same
jail,
time,
I walked out on her.
But she don't come back. She came back to me and told me that's not your son.
So, Mr. Moore, you're saying as you're lost out here in these streets, you're doing things young men shouldn't have to do. You are longing for a father figure.
Yes, yes, and I don't have one of those. So now that I got my kids, I make sure that I'm their father figure.
That's exactly what you should do. I'd like to go to your witness now, if I may. Ma'am,
Yes.
Ms. Twyman.
Yes.
Please tell us what you know about this situation, Mr. Moore's upbringing, and how can you add?
Mr. Moore's mother is my sister.
Okay.
Okay. My sister told me that Mr. Taylor could not be the father of Mr. Moore. Literally out of her mouth.
And she told you this in what context?
Because I guess when she got pregnant, she was also sleeping with other gentlemen. She's always done that. And also, I've seen gentlemen come out of her house.
Why would your sister, at the position this young man was in, go to him and tell him Mr. Taylor is your biological father?
I can't speak on that.
You don't know why?
I wasn't there when she told him that.
Well, the only way we can move forward is to have the result. Jerome, the envelope. We will get to the second part of this case in just a moment. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Moore, Everett versus Taylor, pertaining to 31-year-old Eugene Moore, and as to whether Mr. Taylor is his biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Taylor, you are his father. Mr. Taylor, I can see you have tears in your eyes. What are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling that I finally know instead of doubting for all these years. 31 years old. I could have been in his life so much earlier if I wouldn't have let situations and people talking to me interfere with what I had to do as far as being a father. I want to try my best to make it up as best as I can.
Would you like to give your son a hug?
I sure would.
I love you too much. All right.
So I think it's time we move on to the second part of this case. Ma'am, please explain to the court, what was life like for you growing up?
I never had a father figure in my life. I didn't meet Mr. Taylor until I was 5 years old. He came to my house in Philadelphia. I came outside, my mom was like, somebody wants to meet you. Your dad wants to meet you. I said, my dad? He was like, yeah. So when I went to the car, he was like, I'm your dad. And he said, oh, I'll be back to see you again. I never seen him again until I was 14. Until when my mother sent me.
Mr. Taylor, do you remember this?
I remember it vividly. I doubted her from the beginning. The way that I met her mother, the relationship that I had with her mother, which was a very brief relationship. To begin with, let me explain in the beginning. Her mother, lived with me for a month. She left, and I didn't see her no more. And then the next time you see me, you got a baby and you saying it's mine. And right after that, I was incarcerated. I was gone for 5 years.
Okay,
when I came home.
Yes, and just one moment, ma'am. What I want to understand from you, sir, is when she was 5 years old, you still had doubts, the same doubts you had when you saw her when you were a baby.
That's correct.
Because was this relationship with her mother exclusive, or were you aware?
No, it wasn't exclusive at all.
Did you know if her mother was sleeping with other people?
I knew her mother was sleeping with others.
How did you know that?
I know that because friends of mine, long story short, after I met her mother and she stayed with me for that month, I was getting all kinds of feedback from my friends, from people I knew. Oh, you dealing with her now? You know about her? You know what's up with her? They were kind of like laughing at me for even dealing with her because they knew how promiscuous she was. And then the next thing you know, I'm tagged with this child. I don't know nothing about it. I go to jail, I come out of jail, she's 5 years old. I go past to see the mom. She tells me, this is your daughter.
Okay. For these 5 years, were you made aware anything about him?
All
Nothing.
I know is that it was a man named Greg. I didn't have a daughter-father relationship. I didn't go to amusement parks when my friends went to amusement parks. I didn't go to parks. I didn't go to family reunions. I didn't go to no type of anything. He was nowhere in the picture.
Your Honor,
from 5 to 14 years old.
I wasn't in the picture is because I had all the doubts that I had as far as the mother's
And
concerned.
so when this next encounter happened at 14,
right?
What happened?
I was sitting on a Greyhound bus to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. My grandfather, his father gave me his number. I called him and said, I'm at the bus station. He came and picked me up from the bus station, took me to the same woman's house with his daughter, treated me, neglected me, didn't enroll me at school. Enrolled me at school. Didn't buy me school clothes. He didn't buy me sneakers. He didn't buy me school supplies. He didn't buy me food.
She was
at times.
Your Honor, she was in high school, and she turns around every 5 minutes. I'll go up to the school. She's playing hooky.
So why is it you decided to take this girl in at age 14?
I cared. I wanted to reach out. They said that this was my child. She takes and calls me on the phone. I'm at the bus station. I'm not going to leave her at the bus station. I'm not going to do that.
So when she called to, wait a minute. When she called to say I'm at the bus station, did you know she was coming?
No.
What?
No. The next thing I know, here she is. I got to enroll her in school. As soon as she got there, I could see why she came. She was disruptive. She tore my household apart. She was playing hooky from school. She was staying out all night. And right after this year that she was there, when she goes back, she's pregnant. I'm up there saying to myself, now this is my child. So she say. So her mother say. So I take and go, and I take and look out for this child the way I do. And then she's going to turn around and say some craziness like that when I stuck up for her?
I know why you're so passionate. It's 25 years later.
Right.
And look, I feel your pain.
He's on my birth certificate, but when I went to go get my birth certificate, it was 2 people on the birth certificate. When I took it back to the state building said to me that it was a computer error. So,
a computer error, nothing.
Wait, there's 2 people on your birth certificate?
It was 2 people at the time. It was just a word named Michael on the birth certificate under Gregory Taylor.
So, do you have that birth certificate
When I
copy?
went to apply for my birth certificate again, they said that the system's changed in Philadelphia. So you got to apply for it, then you got to go back and pick it up. They don't do it same day thing. So that's why I don't have the birth certificate with me today.
Have you ever seen this birth certificate?
I've never seen it. I don't know nothing about it. I know that my name shouldn't be on it, simply behind the fact that she had a selection of people she could have put on it. And I'm just being honest about that. And it's not that I'm disrespecting her mother. I'm just telling you how her mother was.
The only way to figure out whose name should rightfully be on that birth certificate is to get the results. Jerome, I'm ready. In the case of Moore, Everett v. Taylor, pertaining to 43-year-old Naya Everett, and as to whether Mr. Taylor is her biological father, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Taylor, you are her father.
Have a hope?
Sure.
Dad, you got your hands full with your little girl. But you know what? You're a man that has lived a long life of experience, life lessons. Just do the work, because honestly, you can fulfill for both of these. Young man, please stand up. Alongside your sister.
And I do have a beautiful bride. Love her.
Yes, you do. Oh my goodness, my day is complete. I have gotten a smile out of the beautiful Miss Everett. I'm so very happy for you. This court has resources for you to help you begin to work through this. We want you to take advantage of it. And I wish you all the very, very best of luck.
Thank you.
Court is adjourned.